Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Late today, because it's already 1 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to go for a really long live, just giving you an update, receiving a bit how the chat is doing, because that's really important, and also because apparently we are already in the day of FILIP Kostić, not for our friends from USA, Canada, Mexico, that part of the world. No, not yet, because they are still on the 8th of August, but we are already the 9th of August, and it can be the decisive day of FILIP Kostić to Juve, one player that we really need, especially because next Monday we will play versus Sassuolo, and at the moment you know that we have some problems with our team. We have not a complete team, so what will we do today? Again, we will try to go and understand if a 3-5-2 is possible, with what men. Do we have to start immediately Kostić, yes or no? We'll try to see that all together, of course. It will be fun. Not a long live, but answering some Mercato news, answering some tactical possibilities, and then answering some questions, of course. Transfer news, just subscribe to the channel. Finally, grande transfer news. Finally, you're subscribing, because sometimes you are giving us a bit of news from the transfers, but now you are all officially also subscribed. Grande transfer. That's how we have to do it. So let's see who's there. We have Oscar who's saying, Beppe, I need to sleep. But then you can go sleep and then you can watch it again tomorrow morning. You can do it. By the way, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Italian time, we have Claudio Zuliani in Italian on the channel. Of course, I will translate immediately in English. We'll have a live all together so that we can speak about his experience when he was working at Juventus, because he's not working at Juventus since this season. And also speak about how he's seeing that new Juventus. Are we ready or not? I'm really curious to hear something from actually the ideas of Claudio Zuliani about Juventus now that it's not working for Juve, really from inside Juve. I'm really curious about that. Ciao Oscar, ciao Palto, saying how are you? I'm a bit tired, but especially with the breaking news of Kostić, I wanted to speak about it. We have some news about the medicals of Pogba. We have some news there, so pay attention. Could be a good news. And then we have to speak about our strikers, because Vlahović is absolutely out of shape. Ciao Shervin, that is about to sleep. Ciao Gideon. Rene is there as well. Ciao Nick. Ciao Jim, who's saying we have to go for a 3-5-2. Actually, I was speaking about that already in March, and people were hating on me because I said 3-5-2. And with a 3-5-2, it's not a formation to win the Champions League. But guys, it's the Champions League. Guys, first of all, we have to compete for winning the Scudetto again. We have to compete to find some stability. We have to compete against the bad luck, because when I was doing my video, I was not aware yet, but as soon as it was live, we had also the news that we have another injury in Casa Juve, in the home of Juve, and we are speaking about our goalkeeper Szczesny, that will miss 20 days. If you're speaking of 20 days, we can say that he will probably miss 4 games. So we have Perin in goal versus Sassuolo, Sampdoria, Roma, and Spezia. And then we will see again probably Szczesny in the goals. Finally, we are back. I don't know if you're speaking about Juve or lives on the channel, but the lives on the channel are back. Juventus, we are waiting a bit. Ciao Paul, who's saying, is it official that Kostić is to Juve? Not official. You know that the official news is only after that we are following the plane, only after that they are doing the medicals, and it is 100% official when we have Juventus and Kostić next to each other signing the papers and showing the pictures. Before that, nothing is official. Paul Rotura just joined and became a subscriber of the channel. Guys, we have not a lot of days. We have 6 days. 6 days before the start of Juventus in Serie A, and you know that we have a goal altogether that we'll probably miss. It's to reach 20k, 20,000 Juventini of the channel. So let's start to do one important thing before saying hello and continuing to say hello, of course. But before going in all the things that we have to discuss about, it's put a maximum of like. put a maximum. It's as easy as that. Put a maximum of like to the channel. That's what I really want to start today live with. And if you are watching in replay, do the same, guys. Put a maximum of like on that video. Super important, so that we are starting to go also on the homepage of Juventus, of YouTube, and we can do something really beautiful with the channel. Super important. If we don't do that, then we don't even start today. We have 53 likes, 59 likes. Let's see how much we can reach today before starting. Attenzione, because we are already 177 Juventini in the chat. 60 likes. Good. Last Samurai saying Ronaldo will be so happy to play with Rabiot again, because the voices for Rabiot going to Manchester United are big, are huge. What a time to go live. Julian, we are international. You are people that are living in USA. Also them, it will be nice for them to watch a live a bit later. Kostić video, TikTok, not on TikTok, but on the YouTube channel of our friend Colo, that is waiting since so long to post the video. I'm sure it's already ready, it's already uploaded. He just have to announce it publicly on his channel. Probably then tomorrow we will see that video of Kostić, and I'm really curious to see that beautiful one. Ciao Comicus and ciao Sebastiano saying, how are you? How was the family been? And I prefer the three at the back. Well, the family is good. They are sleeping, of course. It's already 1 a.m. All of them are sleeping. I'm not, because I never sleep. But the family is doing really well, of course. Coming back from holiday, you have to get used again to a different weather. You don't have the swimming pool just in front of your hotel. These kind of things are changing. Tomorrow we have to go for the groceries. It's not the same, it's not the same. You look beautiful and you look tanned, but you have to go for the groceries. It is what it is. And for the three at the back, we will speak about that in a second. So excited for Kostić. Wolf is saying, ciao Beppe. Hey, tomorrow I can't wait to play again the Mercato It's Crazy song, because we waited for too long now without a song. Ciao Hamad. Ciao Polibarra, ciao Anthony Schifano, Samir, J. Mariano is there as well. Harit is there, ciao Beppe, ciao to all the people in the chat. Colo that was there with the TikTok for the Kostić video. And let's read a bit of comments before going. Grande Colo, your video make it official. Absolutely. I think this year and the World Cup in the middle, we will have a disturbing season, but I will see more grinta. Well, grinta is the big thing that we were missing in that game versus Atletico Madrid. Something that you can't solve with Mercato. Maybe we can start with that topic. The thing that was disturbing me the most, because there were a lot of things that disturbed me versus Atletico Madrid. The first, of course, you had the fact that one shot on target by Miretti in second half, not enough. The fact that we had no idea. The fact that the players were tired, were not running. Players that were not able to do what we saw versus Chivas, versus Barcelona, and also partially versus Real Madrid. But what annoyed me the most was the fact that the players, they looked like they didn't want to. They looked like they had no fun, and that it was just a work, where sometimes even people arrive late, like Moiskin. Why am I speaking about Moiskin? By the way, tomorrow or Wednesday he will have a meeting with Juventus. They will speak about what happened, because it's absolutely unacceptable. I can accept that you lose Pogba for injury, that you lose McKennie for injury, Szczesny, that Chiesa is not there, that Caio Jorge is not there. I can accept injuries. Medical staff, physical staff, bad luck, I don't care. I can accept all these kind of things. I can accept that you have no idea of how playing football. I can accept. I can accept that you are conceding goals. I can accept. I can accept that you finish fourth. I'm not happy if you finish fourth, but I can accept it. What I can't accept is players without motivation, players that are not showing the will of trying to do something, the will of running behind that ball, the will of making sure that the people, they understand that we are in a difficult moment, but that we want to show, that we want to change it. Then change, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen, but you have to try. if you don't try, you will not succeed. And that's something that really annoyed me. So will we see more grinta? We will have to. This will be a priority if we want to judge Juventus. If we are doing well or we are doing bad, this will be an important one. And that's why I'm saying this is something that you can't buy on the Mercato. You can't. You just can't. This is something that, of course, the coach is really responsible. We know it, Antonio Conte, with his behaviors, with his way of speaking, that motivational coach that you have in Antonio Conte, that you have in a Simeone, that you have probably also in a Mourinho. You have it or you don't have it. That's one thing. Then that's important. But then you also have the players, because if you love yourself, I mean, not even speaking about the team that you are playing it, but yourself a bit, you have to run. You have to run. And you have to really run a lot. And you have to show that that ball, you believe that it will not get lost. I don't remember if it was versus Real Madrid or versus... no, it was in the Juve versus Juventus under 23. At a certain moment, I saw a player that was not even believing in that ball and just stopped running and was giving actually that ball away. And then you had the Danilo that was running and then trying to keep that ball inside. But these are the things that are really annoying me. When you don't make the effort. And that's something that you can't buy on the Mercato, Wolf. So we will have to pay attention to these kind of things. And I heard already Allegri asking it. And that was one. And then I saw a Bonucci post that from Wednesday we will have to change and this and so on. Great, fantastic, but I want to see it. I want to see it. For me, it's already too late. For me, you had your holiday. This year, you don't even can complain that it was a World Cup, that it was the Euro. There was nothing. It was just holiday. Difficult holiday, I understand, because when you had all the criticism, when you are fourth at Juventus, it's not a nice holiday. But you had your holiday, you come back, and you have to run from day one. This is what I'm expecting from a Juventus that are losing the Scudetto for 2 years in a row. That being said, now we have to speak about Mercato and formations. Ciao Azzurri Juve, ciao Muhammad Juventus, who's saying, how was your holiday? Was great, short, 7 days, ups and down, but it was really great. I started also doing videos, and then I had a problem because it was impossible to upload. No data anymore, connection was really, really poor, impossible to do it, so I stopped. But it's true that I kept myself also busy. Muhammad Juve that was asking me how was your holiday and then making a donation. Thank you for your donation, Muhammad Juventus. Really, really appreciate it, my friend. Goes here in the heart, Let me read a bit of your comments, and then I have a question from Sebastiano that is actually a good one, a really good one. And then I will also disappoint you because I have something. Beppe, I missed you, brother. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you. I missed you too. I missed all the people in the chat as well, because it's true that not doing lives, it's annoying me. I'm addicted to doing the live, to speak together with you. Today it's a bit more calmer than yesterday, post Atletico Madrid, of course. But it's something that I miss. Also today, I was there. I started watching a beautiful new Netflix thing, Sandman, that is not bad. I saw the first 4 episodes, or 3 or 4 episodes. It's really great, really nice. I was watching, and then I said, you know what, I really want to do a live. I want to speak with the people. So thank you for a donation, Muhammad. Who else? We had an extension, Maric, that is extending on the Juve channel, on the YouTube channel, for the 5th consecutive month. Is saying, Beppe, ciao Beppe, can we expect a Depay soon? And that's actually the question I wanted to go for with Sebastiano in a second. So give me a second, Maric, and we will speak about the striker. But first, let me read and say thank you to Oscar Henum that became a member on the channel. Thank you, Oscar. Grande. Really appreciate it, my friend. First time, I believe, as a member of the channel. Really, really, really appreciate it. And Paul Rotura that is saying, Beppe, I've been following the channel for a while. I decided it was time. It's time to join. Question, Rabiot to Manchester United means Juve have a replacement ready. So we have a lot of questions here. Thank you, Paul, for the trust. Really thank you for the trust, for just subscribing to the channel, because that's going here, because every single one that is subscribing to the channel, it's a pleasure. It's a kind of a trust in a difficult moment for Juventus, because of course Paris Saint-Germain last year, they were signing player after player after player. It's easier to attract new people to go and hit that subscribe button. If we have some years where it's a bit hard, and especially on this channel where we are trying to be a bit more balanced, we don't go with controversy in out, shit, bad, blah, blah. No, but we are trying to see the good things, the bad things. We're trying to speak about in a more moderate tone. It's not always easy, so thank you for that. So let's speak about Mercato. And how will we do it? We will do it in a different way, guys. If we go immediately here, what do we see? That Kostić apparently is a done deal. We were waiting for Kostić since a lot of time. And the first criticism I want to give to my bosses, to my management, is probably it's too late for Kostić. If you have to land Kostić on the... probably finalizing the deal on the 9th of August and arriving on the 10th of August, especially with a coach that is quite conservative in launching new players that he never tested before, probably it's a bit too late. And that's my first criticism for Juve. Then I always try to understand, is there a why? Is there a why we waited so long? Is it because we had other profiles that we wanted to go for and that we went as long as possible to keep Kostić alive and trying for the priority A that we'll probably never know? Maybe it was Zaniolo, maybe it was someone else on the left side of the field. We don't know. I don't know personally. That could be a reason why, but if you give up and you have to go with a Kostić in a 9th or 10th of August, for me it's too late. But let's say that we have a Kostić here, and then we go to the names that you are mentioning, Depay, and also if Rabiot leaves, what will happen with the midfield? Do we already have a midfielder? The first thing I have to address is we have too many midfielders, and we have to take a decision. When in the beginning it was obvious that keeping Rovella, Fagioli, Miretti was a bit too much of a stretch, that probably one or two had to leave Juventus, with the addition of Rabiot, probably Rabiot, Ramsey, then players like Ranocchia and so on, so actually putting people away, to add new people like Paul Pogba. At today, Ramsey went out, Ranocchia went out, and Pogba is arriving. We have the names of Paredes that are there, we have the names of Fratesi that are there, and we have the name of Sergej Milinkovic-Savic that probably will not join. At 90%, 99% will not join, but it's still a name that is around Juventus. Probably it's a hope of the supporters to see a tentative last minute from Juventus to go for Milinkovic-Savic. Now, it would be more realistic to think that one of the two players will join Juve, or Fratesi, or Paredes. The problem that we are seeing here is that Juventus, we don't know if they have a clear plan, and this is something that is worrying me, because Pogba is out. We tried Fagioli versus Atletico Madrid, we saw that he was in really hard difficulties. Is the plan of Allegri to go for here Locatelli as a box-to-box waiting for Pogba, with here a Paredes, now you see a Fagioli, but a Paredes that can play instantly here behind them, solving for 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 games that situation of midfield, because Locatelli, Paredes, Zakaria could be an option, or keeping Locatelli here and going with, instead of a Fagioli, a Fratesi here. What would mean that Fagioli didn't convince 100%, and that would be a real pity, because then you will have, not in the beginning because Fagioli will play, but then you will have a Fratesi there, and then with Pogba coming back, Fagioli will never play anymore, and probably in January will leave. What would be really a pity, because I believe that these players, they can be second to a Pogba, but they can't be a third choice. I believe that if Rabiot will leave, and we always have to speak about if Rabiot will leave, I really believe that Juventus already have the midfielder. I hope that Juventus already has chosen their midfielder, the one that they really want to. I hope it's the journalists that are giving us two names because they are not sure, because they are receiving 2-3 voices. Because I will tell you really, if we have like two players that are totally different, Fratesi and Paredes, that are not my first choices, but if these two on the 9th of August are in the run to become the next addition in the midfield, I believe that then we can worry about panic change of strategy. And I would be really, really sad about that. So hopefully when Rabiot will leave, we have immediately the answer. Is it Fratesi? Then we go for Fratesi, that I personally appreciate a lot. I fell in love with him. Do you remember Fratesi versus Juve? That was amazing. The problem with Fratesi is not a player that will change your midfield here. If you have a Fratesi, Locatelli, Zakaria is not a Champions League midfield. It's not Tchouaméni, Camavinga and Valverde. It's not Kroos, Modric and Casemiro. It's not that midfield, guys. We have to be really honest. Instead, if you go with a Paredes momentarily, with a Locatelli and Zakaria, you're already putting a bit more experience there with the Paredes. That is not a bad player, not my preferred one. Also, injury records are not the best ones. But at least you have a bit more experience. You have international experience with a Paredes. But again, for me, it's not my preferred one. I would have loved to have a Pogba that was healthy at the moment, but it's not like that. Kostić can change, and going towards a 3-5-2, that could be potentially the first one on Serie A. One thing is sure about Rabiot, he will not play the first of Serie A. I don't know if he will play the second or not. I don't know if he will already be sold or not, but he's suspended for that first game of Serie A. And also Moisken is suspended in that first game of Serie A. If you are looking at the here at the 3D, you see clearly that Szczesny, I have to change him because probably he will be out. But then you have Bremer, Bonucci, Danilo, Kostić that can go up and down here. He can really go up and down. Can we move the players while they are here? No, we can't. Probably we can't play them. I can change him like that, but I can't change his position yet in 3D form. So Fagioli can go a bit more up with the Zakaria that can go a bit more down to help a Locatelli. My problem also here, if you are looking, is probably having... What are we doing here? Mamma mia, disaster. Wait. Let's go back in exit mode. What I really appreciated was when Bonucci was not there, was a Locatelli that was coming here on the line of the three defenders when he wanted to take the ball and started with a Bremer and the other center defender that were coming up. This is not the case anymore when you have a Bonucci, and we will have to provide some solutions there. Because if we play like that, Locatelli will probably have a role where he can go a bit more up. So a lot of things to change. I'm asking. I have a lot of questions about Juventus, really a lot. So let me read a bit and then we continue also in that one. And especially also speaking about the other ones. Because, again, I will show you and then we can really speak about everything. If you're looking here, we have a Vlahović that was a top striker last year. And it's clear, it's 100% clear that Vlahović is not at the top of his form. He is behind in physical condition. The problem is that Vlahović is not having a sub. So it's or Vlahović or nobody. And that's a problem because Moiskin will not be able to play versus Sassuolo. And we know that not only on the field he's not performing as we are expecting, but also off the field he's not behaving as he should behave. So another striker would be really welcome, preferably a striker that can play in a 4-3-3, maybe going in that way, not Locatelli, of course, but if you take away Fagioli here, you put Locatelli here, and you have another player, I I don't know. I can't put because I don't have him. But let's put Keane momentarily. But if we have a kind of Depay that can play here and that can sub Vlahović to play that 3-5-2 would be really amazing. So a lot of things that we still have to fix. Juventus is not fixed at the moment. Honestly, I would want to keep Rabiot. The first reason is that he is really rarely getting injured. I heard that one a lot of time today. I heard that one a lot of time, and I kind of agree in a way that it's the most physical player. It's the player that we can count on him in terms of being on the field. On the other hand, if it's a player, guys, that is apparently, according to the rumors, is giving us a 10 plus 8 or whatever, 18 million, mamma mia, this is a masterclass. You know why? First of all, because we took him for free, so everything is profit for Juventus. Even if you go, because 18, I believe it's a stretch, I believe it's exaggerated. Even if you go with a 10 million, 12 million, everything is in the pockets of Juventus, net, really net money. What would be really, really beautiful. On top of that, you are saving a lot of salary, because we know that Rabiot came before COVID on a free, and he had one of the highest salaries together with Ramsey, with Arthur, and with Paulo Dybala at the time, and De Ligt. So you are saving a lot of money in terms of salary. If you go to a Paredes, he's not achieving that kind of money. So it's actually a masterclass if you are able to say goodbye to Rabiot. It's a player that was really fundamental in some stats. The problem is that he never achieved the money we were paying for him. And that was a real problem. Now, you know that Rabiot has never been my favorite player. I didn't want him at Juve, but when he was here and at today is still here at Juventus, he's a player that I respect, and I tried also to see the positives. Rarely we saw a top game of Rabiot. And when you had 3 seasons to show consistency and growth, then at a certain moment, I believe it's a great decision. What is really clear as well is that Juventus is changing a lot. If you hear today that we already stopped with Bernardeschi, with Paulo Dybala, but Paulo Dybala is another story. We can't really put it, but except of Dybala, Morata was too much in terms of taking back. But Morata, Bernardeschi, Ramsey, we are trying to give away Arthur, Rugani, and so on and so on. You clearly see a Juventus that understood really well, even Bentancur, Kulusevski, really well, that a lot of players were not performing at Juventus, where not only the fans were not happy about the players, but also the management, and they are trying also to put them out of the team. If we can win some money, that's even better. And you see that we are really trying to restart that project. We are entering in the year of the 100 years of the presidents of the family Agnelli at Juventus, or at least them being the owners of Juventus. We have to start from scratch. And the problem is, when you're starting from scratch, from zero, you don't have to take care about what happened in the past, because you start from zero. Here we even have to pay attention to what happened in the past, because we know with Valencia, apparently they want really Arthur, they believe in him, they want to give him a chance, but they are not able to give them the money, or at least to pay his salary. And the same with Rugani at Sampdoria, at Empoli, and all the other teams. So it's a bit problematic for Juventus, but I see the will. And that's, you know, I started the live speaking about the grinta that we wanted to see on the field, but this is also something that I want to see in the management. I heard a lot of people complaining about that left back position, that right back position, and you are correct. And this is the dream not only of me, but I believe from all Juventini, that we change our fullbacks. But if you are following the channel since long, you know, Paulo Rotura is telling Beppe, I'm following since a few times. Now I decided to to subscribe to the channel. But if you're new to the channel, you will probably not know. If you're a loyal one, you know that I told you beginning of the Mercato, forget about left and right back because a decision has been made. What was the decision is that today Juventus, they have a lot of things to change. Otherwise, if it was not the case, we would probably not have waited for the goal of Faraoni 2 years ago to qualify in Champions League. What's happening? I was believing that my microphone was off because someone said muted. Normally, it should not be muted. What I was let me think again what I was saying. So we knew certainly that we couldn't do everything in one Mercato. What we tried to do was having 3 big names there that were instant players, that were Pogba, Di Maria, and probably Koulibaly, Rudiger, even Bremer in defense, one of the 3, in addition to De Ligt. De Ligt wanting to leave, change a bit our plans, and that was quite annoying. Change a bit our plans, where today we even have problems in our defense. The injury of Pogba is another one. McKennie is another one, where Juventus, they are not even strong enough in the center of the field, and we have a lot of problems. Center of the field, offensive, midfield, and defender. So the plans that we had were reinforcing that central position, trying to do with what we had on the right side of the field, with Quadrado, with Di Maria, and on the left side with a Pogba, with probably waiting for Federico on the left, and Alexandro and Pellegrini would have had to fight, and probably also with the De Sciglio there, knowing that it was not perfect because we were a bit blocked with Alexandro earning 6.5 million a year for his last year. Now we see that without all these big guys, the problems are starting to be really evident and big. Even if we are adding on that one that Danilo is not having his best preseason of his Juve time. The unpopular opinion from Jan is that Fagioli is a mediocre player after we have seen all these games. 50% of us can do all those basics he's done. If any of our youngsters need to start, it's Rovella or Miretti. Look, I would pay attention. I would always pay attention to how we are judging our players in pre-seasons. Otherwise you can say that Vlahović is a disaster and so on and so on. Because friendlies, it's to understand the mechanism of a team, it's to get used to a team, it's to put minutes in your legs, to get again in condition and so on and so on. So I would pay attention when we were saying that it's a mediocre player, because absolutely not. He's a really great, talented player, really intelligent player that understands football really well. Otherwise, you are not the best player of Serie B. This is impossible. So he's a talented player. Now, when I said last year, and I know it, and it's not defending because I believe we are speaking since 33 minutes, and in 33 minutes I was quite objective on the difficulties that Juventus have at the moment. But if there is something that I continue to fight for since ever, is that a lot of time we are overrating some players and we are criticizing Juventus too much in terms of our youth, the use of our youth. Because how many times did we say play Felix Correa, play Mattias Sule, play Miretti, play Fagioli. Fagioli is the king, because I remember last year people were collapsing mentally because we loaned him to Cremonese instead of giving him a chance. How many players like that? I tell you one thing, if Juventus is working 24/7 with the players, they know how they are, they know the development, they know if they are ready or not. Our youth system is behind to a lot of young academies like Barcelona, like Chelsea, and so on and so on. Juventus is providing solutions, and we are starting to be better on that, because otherwise you can't bring some players like Miretti, even Fagioli, and so on, that are much better already than that we had 5 years ago. And that's why I'm saying pay attention to not exaggerating, but also on the other hand, pay attention to not exaggerating in negativity. Because if we start already criticizing one of the good talents that we have in Fagioli, it could be that we are exaggerating in our judgment. Fagioli is a good player, yes. Can he be part of the 25 at Juventus? Yes. Can he be a starter at Juventus? No, he can't today. Today, Fagioli is not a solution for me. Can he become a starter for Juventus? Maybe, without forgetting that Fagioli is already, if I'm not wrong, 21 years old. He's not a kid anymore of 18. And if you follow the channel, how long did I told people on the channel that my favorite one to keep over all the other ones was Miretti, because Miretti, the progression that he has, the curve of progression of Miretti is a lot more higher, and he has a lot of more possibilities than all the other youngsters we have. Why? Because Miretti is 18, just celebrated 19 on the 3rd of August. 3rd? Was it the 3rd or the 4th? Remember. Or whatever. The 4th of 3rd or 4th? 3rd. He just celebrated 19, and he has a really big maturity. And he's already used to play in Serie A and so on and so on. So I would pay attention to both things, but for me, Juventus is managing youngsters nearly really well. If they tell you they are not ready, they are not ready. Sometimes, maybe, some players could have had a bit more minutes, a bit more chances, could have been done a bit earlier. That's true. Ciao New York Juventino. Maric is saying De Jong is getting destroyed by his own club. Bankrupt owns him 17 million, and now they are starting a lawsuit against him. I saw these news. I was reading with interest, of course. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. And they are forcing him, blackmailing him to give up a bit of a salary, and that's I'm not sure if that's the best solution to make a player happy. So let's see where he will end up, our friend De Jong, but absolutely not at Juve, because that's a lot of money there in terms of salary. That's impossible. Beppe, can you talk about why Dusan stays so high up and is not involved in the play? Well, the first thing I have to say is that he's absolutely not in shape. He's absolutely not in shape. He had this physical condition problem, growing pain, and so on at the end of last season, where he forced a bit to be there and to play with Juventus to reach that 4th spot. Then you saw that for certain games he didn't even play. So he's behind in condition, and on top of that, he's really frustrated. Frustrated because he wants to show well. He took his number 9. He knows that the words of Juventus were really great towards him because he's at the center of the project. They said it clearly. We have chosen for Dusan at the center of the project and not anymore for Paulo Dybala. So he wants to prove, and it's a young kid of 22 who arrived for the really first time at Juventus in a big club, and wants to show the world that he's the best one. He wants to show that he's at the level of a Holland and so on and so on. And when it's not working because he's not playing like he wants to, then he get even more frustrated. Then that's one. Then the other things is also the team that today, except versus Chivas and partially versus Barcelona, without Dusan, except of these 2 games, we didn't see any offensive solution. Why? I don't know. Because of everything we said before. Because we were missing some players. Because Allegri was not able yet today to enter in the head of the players. Maybe they are not even motivated enough. And hopefully that can change from Wednesday when they will start training again. But I believe that it's a combo of him mentally blocked because he wants to do better and he needs to work on that, on balancing the emotions, the injuries, the fact that he's not back at his top level, and then that the team is not working today as we want to. And if the team is not working, we know that these balls are not arriving offensively. So we have to find some solution there. What you doing here? No, we respect the guys. We respect the people, especially Taha, that is actually a Barca fan that is always coming and saying hello, really respectful, really friendly. So that's something I always say. And whatever other people that are on the channel, we have to be respectful towards them. That if we like or we don't like their team, that's something totally different. Let me check. Did you buy this program? Yes, I bought it, Julian. Yeah. I bought it. So this one, no, this one here. Yes, I bought it officially. So now I have to start working on it a bit better. I was on holiday, but yes, I bought it. And it's official. It's mine. It's mine now. It's 1 year, 1 year license. If we are not using it this year, then probably I will not renew it next year. Do you think that Allegri should adopt his tactic to the existing players instead of making the players playing his football? It's easier to change one person than 11. Well, look, guys, it's a question that I can answer. You can criticize Allegri for whatever you want, and probably you will all be correct, and you will find the things that you can criticize him towards. If there is one thing that you can't criticize Allegri for, is the adaptability. I don't know, because it's not the first time I see that comment, because I was reading a lot about criticism in the Telegram group, on Twitter, on whatever. Since I know Allegri, he's a coach that has one philosophy, and the philosophy is not changing, and that's correct. What is the philosophy of Allegri? Is to play a balanced football, that if it's not working offensively, then we defend, okay? But trying to find a balance, not going 100% from the first minute until the last one, because you have to manage the moments of the game where in some moments you are defending, you are giving even the possession to someone else. And all these kind of things you can criticize, the vision, the philosophy, that's okay. But tactically, I don't understand the comment that I'm reading here from MK and the one that I'm reading online, because tactically, he's a coach that he started with a 3-5-2 because he took back the team from Conte and didn't want to change too much tactically. Really smart, because he was continuing with what the player were used to, and then he changed. He played a 4-4-2, he played a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. He played a lot of different styles, and he's a coach that is actually adapting to the player he has more than obliging, like for example, like Maurizio Sarri, that is obliging players to play a 4-3-3, or a Conte that is going with his idea of 3-5-2. So that's really what I believe in terms of Allegri being really adaptable to change formations. And that's why I would not be surprised to go towards that 3-5-2 if if Kostić arrives tomorrow. Then I'm not sure if we will see it versus Sassuolo, or if we will have to wait a bit more. But waiting for Pogba, McKennie and so on to come back, probably we'll see this kind of formation.
La Juve.
La Juve, guys. La Juve. Let me drink. Wait, let me go back. I read it, MK. I was too late, so thank you for a donation. But I read your comment and I answered it. So, do you think that Allegri should adapt his tactic to the existing players instead of making the players playing his football? So that's my answer to your question. That's where I really believe. Then, the idea of football remains the same. You go to play football in a balanced way. What does that mean, balance? If you are winning 2-0, don't go for 4-5, 6-0, because manage your energy for the rest of the game, manage your energy for the next game, and this is something that you can agree or you can dislike. Personally, I would love to punish everyone. I would love to go for a 7-0 towards everyone. This is something, you know why also? Because I would love to have a Juventus with no mercy in Serie A, but also in Europe, with a no mercy attitude. Then, of course, you have to manage and you can't go with a 7-0 or trying for a 7-0 in every single game. But if you have the opportunity go for it. And if you don't, then at least change and show me a lot of young players. So you can criticize a lot of the vision, but not tactically, what I believe. Loan Fagioli to Salernitana for 2 years. Mamma mia, then he will come back, he will be 26. No, I believe that now it's time for Fagioli to stay at Juve. And to show, or he has, or he doesn't has. That's it. That's what I think. And no, really, seriously, and I believe on that one he's correct. He wants his chance at Juve. Okay, show us. And I believe the guy has really skills. Ali Ben Madi is renewing for the second month, and he's saying, what about Pjanić back on loan for a year? Let me ask to Di Maria to come and say hello, and thank you for the subscription for the second month. Thank you, Ali. Grazie. Here we go. So what about and the question was, what about Pjanić? Pjanić is earning also really a lot of money at Barcelona. He raised his salary from Juve 5 million. He was at 4.5 million at Juve. He went over the 8 at Barcelona. He's one of the top salaries there. I don't believe that Pjanić can come back. There were some people inside Juve that wanted him back at Juve because they said, you know what, we know him, we can trust him. He's already, after a really difficult year, he really had some problems with the coach there, Koeman, if I'm not wrong. Going then in Turkey and so on and coming back. He's again on the right track, but inside Juve they said no, basta. Then, if Pjanić come back, he can give us a few great games, especially he loves Allegri loves him, so I'm sure he can give something. But guys, we are speaking about renewing a team, so let's not go to the past. Let's try to think forward instead of looking to the past. Then Pjanić is one of my favorite players at the time. Didn't really always reach his maximum level, but it's a player that I really, really appreciated, and that will never change. Danilo comments about being tired are an embarrassment. I agree. I was not happy about the words of Danilo. Guys, being in front of a camera, in front of microphones, it's not always easy. When you lose 4-0, and you have to go in front of microphones, you are not speaking bad about your teammates. It's hard. It doesn't excuse because the words were not nice. Guys, you can't say that you were tired because you traveled and so on and so on. So no, I agree. I didn't like it then. If you're tired because of the training sessions, because I can even agree. But when you are taking 4-0, just go in front of microphones and say generic things like, okay, we lost. We were not good. Just say we were not good. We didn't go as we wanted. Some things didn't work. We were not ready. We were not concentrated, and probably it would have been a bit more appreciated that we were still a bit tired. But on the other hand, he didn't say only that. So also the translations of the words of Danilo. Pay attention where you are getting the information from, because then they are on Twitter and so on. They are translating in 240 characters, so it's really, really, really small. The opportunity what you can translate there, it's really small. So not always it's the exact words or the intonation. It's a bit strange, but I agree. It's annoying to read. We are tired. I agree. When you are losing 1-0, when you are winning 1-0, when you are equalizing, I can even accept it. But if you are losing 4-0 at La Continassa,
La Juve.
It's not the best one, huh? Allegri has a style of football. I will not answer that, Andy, because I think I explained. I think I explained. Otherwise, we are going back in this kind of behavior. Punzara, Conte is coming tomorrow. I saw some people that were saying, Beppe, because I read the comments on YouTube, Beppe, we have to change a coach, and then you see the answers, we have to go for Conte tomorrow. But I don't know if you know, but Conte is at Tottenham. And he will try for 1 year to stay at Tottenham. Then next year, Conte can come back. And he will be welcome if Allegri stops, because I tell you, and I told you, I have the feeling that it can be a last year of Allegri. Hopefully a winning one. Because honestly, I would love Allegri to go away from Juve with some titles. Not because of Allegri, because I don't care about Allegri. I told you I don't care. I care about my team. And also because in a second way, in a second phase, I believe that he deserved it also. After everything he did in the 5 first years, I think he also deserved it. But most importantly, winning coach that is leaving, and we try with another project. Why not? And if he wins and he wants to stay 1 more year, he can stay 1 more year. But Conte is not coming, guys. Conte is at Tottenham. Then maybe next year. But this year, it makes no sense. Zidane, put it out of your mind. He wants to go to France. He will not come to Juve. Guys, forget about it. Then, if he wins, Allegri best. If he doesn't win, guys, and when I'm saying he doesn't win, there are ways, of course. If you are fighting and you're arriving at -1 point from the first one, you battled until the last game of Serie A. It's a total different story as what we had this year. But otherwise, it will probably be out as well. So, it is possible to have the last year of Allegri, winning or losing. It can be. Then I'm not sure everything can happen tomorrow, but that's what I really believe. But then if I have to read out, look at Pochettino. I see again the name of Pochettino, a trainer that I personally never really appreciated, because I believe that it's one of the most overrated coaches ever. If you see a Pochettino, what he did with Paris Saint-Germain, and when you're seeing the way of Galtier, it's already totally different. He was able to bottle it and to play really bad in Ligue 1, where his players were not motivated and so on. And it's a coach that is earning so much more than even Allegri in terms of salary, with the percentages of win-lose that was absolutely not beautiful. So Pochettino, I'm not okay. Then Zidane, will he come to Juve? Maybe one day. Management, coach, I don't know. But Zidane will go to France. So it makes no sense. Italiano, he never proved anything, but he's at Fiorentina, he's extended. So, that's what is annoying me a bit. So Kostić is, it's a done deal. Yes. Even if officially not yet. Because today we will celebrate. Tomorrow we have our friends from Eintracht Frankfurt. They change their opinion and they don't know. The only thing is that Juventus, they don't want Kostić to play that final of European Super Cup versus Real Madrid that they will play on Wednesday. So they are trying to have Kostić as soon as possible. I told you to have him probably on Wednesday. So instead of playing the European Super League, instead of that, being in La Continassa for his medicals. That will not happen tomorrow morning. Let me check if we have some other comments. Yeah, but I agree on that one. MK saying I agree about the balance idea, but I'm not defending the balanced concept. I'm not saying it's good, it's bad. I believe, like MK, that at a certain moment, it's good to be able to read the games, to adapt your team in terms of the opponents that you're playing. I agree with that. But sometimes it should be also nice and great also to see that Juventus is putting their system instead of adapting to Venezia, for example. So on that one, I totally agree. I was pissed off last year as well in some things. Riccardo is there. Ciao, Riccardo. Riccardo is saying, Beppe, I'm so sick if the same problems every year. Sorry, champ, but always excuses regard Juve not good. Rick, thank you for your donation, my friends, but I don't know how I can explain it even more, Riccardo. If you are watching again since the beginning, it's already 55 minutes that I'm saying that we have no excuse, that we didn't buy the players that we needed, that if the first words I told you about Kostić is that we are late. We are late in the signings of players. We are not good in terms of physical condition because Vlahović is out of condition. Bonucci is not in shape. Danilo is having a disaster start of a preseason. I tell you that the team is not complete. I tell you, I don't know what I have to say more. I don't know. I don't understand. So I don't know what to say. I don't know. Then if you want, Riccardo, I know it. I'm really honest with all of you guys. It's not personal versus Riccardo, but if you want me to say Agnelli, fuck you, if you want me to say this, it will not happen on this channel because I am not like that. Because I try to be balanced. Today I am in a situation where I don't believe that the team is ready. I don't believe that the team is ready. And I want to see players, as I said in the beginning of the video with the first comment, that at least are giving every single tear of sweat on the field. That's what I want to see. I'm not happy at the moment about what I saw versus Atletico Madrid. I was happy about, not convinced. Convinced is another word. But I was happy with what I was seeing versus Chivas in terms of a change of mentality. And when you're changing, it's a learning process and you can't be ready after day one. But an idea. I was happy to see these kind of things versus Barcelona. I was happy to see again these kind of, some parts of these kind of things versus Real Madrid. We are not playing versus Vicenza. We are not playing versus Pergelottese. We are not playing versus Cremonese. We are playing versus Real Madrid, Barcelona, and so on. But I saw the idea, the intention of saying what we did last year was not good. I saw Juventus playing on the left, on the right, centrally. I saw a bit more passes. And everything disappeared. And you can't tell me that it's only because of Pogba. So I don't know how I can explain that I'm not happy and that I'm not trying to find excuses. But maybe my tone of voice is not the one that some people are expecting. Again, if you are expecting me change everything, Allegri, I will not say that because I never believed in Allegri out, as I never believed in Conte out, as I never believed in Del Neri out. I believe in you make a pact with a coach and you back him up for a year. At the end of the year, you take a conclusion. Like we did with Sarri, that I never appreciated and liked, but appreciated some parts of his work. And I'm thankful that he won the Scudetto. But I always said it. If you go back in the beginning of my videos, because that's where I started with Sarri, I always said to people, I don't want Sarri to be sacked during the season. At the end of the season, it's something else. You sit down and you take a decision. That's what we did. The same with Pirlo and the same with Allegri. Now, we were fourth. What were the agreements that they had when he joined? They were probably different. They were probably it's a transitional year where we'll try to do the best of it. We are not able to spend any single euro on the Mercato. Let's try to do, and then we see, and we build from next year. Now we see that probably Allegri was thinking that the team was better than he was thinking initially. Allegri made mistakes, they try. You have another year. You try. You go. At the end of the season, we can take a decision and say, Allegri, thank you for what you did the first years. We try it again 2 years, and it's over because it didn't work. Ciao. Grazie. Ciao. But if you want me to go to jump in the swimming pool saying Agnelli, like our friend that is doing his great things there, Nati per vincere, Davide is nice, but that's not me. I'm not like that. It's a show, guys. So no, on that one, no. But I'm pissed off sometimes when people are telling me you are trying to find excuses, while I am absolutely not. Especially in that video of 1 hour, I'm absolutely not finding any excuse. But I can't say today everything is bad, because then we are again trying to going from one side to the other. And that's also not okay, because there are also good things to see, and otherwise we stop supporting, guys. Us, we kept our values and still leading by a family. But that's also a thing, you know. It's not only about value, it is about values, of course, Muhammad, but not only. But I am proud. I am proud to have a family that is owning for 100 years Juventus, that went to thick and thin, that won us a lot of things. Now we are having difficult moments. Okay, what do? We change, and then we go like Inter. You want to be like Inter? You want to be like Milan? Because now everyone is praising Milan, that is doing a great job, that is doing a fantastic job. But how long before they were able to do that fantastic job? How long? Look at Paris Saint-Germain. I believe, guys, and not because I saw the last game, I said it probably on the channel even before. Paris Saint-Germain is a serious contender to do really big things this year, because now they have put their ideas in mind. But it's not because you have the president of Paris Saint-Germain that is spending that it's a guarantee to win, same as Manchester City. It's not like that. It's absolutely not like that. Now, they said, okay, President, your idea, maybe it's a bit crazy of buying the names. Let's try to buy also some people that are forming a team. And that's what they did. And now maybe they will start being dangerous. They have the money to back them up. So I am proud. I am proud, really proud to be a Juve fan, and saying that since I started supporting Juve, I have the same winning mentality owners of Juventus that are having, yes, a difficult moment like we had in 2006, not because of us, because of other people, and we went through it, and it, for a lot of people, even increased even more their love of Juve because of that. These difficulties is what it is. So, am I happy that we are 2 times fourth and that we have Alexander on the left? No, I am not. I'm not. Conte is bigger than Allegri. Look, again, I prefer in terms of first feeling, I prefer a Conte type of coach. Always have been a big fan of Conte. But I don't like when we are saying it's not even close. Because there are a lot of things that we are forgetting. And I'm also curious to see Conte with Tottenham, not 4-1 in the first game of the league. I'm curious to see Conte with 2 games a week. Because as long and as far as I remember, Conte, from the moment that he's playing 2 times a week, is collapsing. And most of the time he's choosing for the domestic league, where he's doing really great. The records are there, they're speaking for themselves. Where he's bottling the European Cups, most of the time going out in the group stages. So if we are comparing Conte and Allegri, I would love that we are taking everything in consideration. Not only the domestic league, especially if we have a channel where people, they broke my balls for 2 years and a half because they said we don't care about Scudetto, we think about Champions League. Then you have to take that into consideration. Conte goes into difficulty from the moment that he has 2 games a week to play. We saw it in the past, we saw it last year, we saw it in a lot of situations. But maybe he's changing and he's improving, and maybe this year we'll be able to, I hope, for Conte. That's one thing I don't like at Conte. The other thing that I don't like from Conte is also the fact that he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about Juve. He loves Juve. We know it deep in his heart. But it's not because he loves Juve that he cares. He cares about himself. So that means that from one day to another, he can just tell you, fuck you, and he can leave. Why? Because one of his ideas is not matching the reality of a club where he's playing. I don't like that. Personally, I don't like that. Because at the end, the club is paying you, you have to respect it. If you don't agree, it's fine. You can leave, but you have to pay attention how you do it. So, 2 things that I don't like from Conte are that. And then also the fact that he understands nothing also about Mercato. Sometimes because he has this delirium of Iturbe, about these kind of players that at the end they are not playing well. But if you tell me in terms of passion, grinta, and so on and so on, Conte is one that I love. He's an instant coach. He's arriving, he's changing your team. And also Conte is not the coach that you can have for 5-10 years. It's impossible. He's a really short period coach that will bring you the best out of a team. Even with some mediocre players, he will be able to turn them out. So really great one. I love Conte. But don't forget also what you want, and don't forget what you want. Because there are also some things that are not perfect at Conte. Then maybe tomorrow it will change and we will see a totally different Conte. Wait, we have another comment from Ricardo. And then we have a lot of... Hey, guys, I said a short live, so 10 minutes and then we stop. Live is crazy. Romano said Pogba injury not as bad. It's not Romano, it's Agresti. Romeo Agresti that said it. That Pogba injury is not as bad as expected. And that's the news that I said in the beginning that I wanted to tell you. Luckily, but now, how long? Let's see. This morning I heard 3 weeks plus 2 weeks, so we are still far away. We'll miss August, so let's see, yes or no. I'm really curious about that, but of course it's a really great news. Great news, and we need it because Pogba is the player that you need there. Wait, where is Ricardo's comment? Here, Ricardo. Thank you, Ricardo. Beppe, what I'm pissed off about is the amount of injuries, and now we are about to start the season again. Really, something isn't right. But on that one, we agree, Ricardo. On that one, we agree. I'm pissed off because you start the season and you are missing Szczesny, you are missing McKennie, Pogba, De Sciglio already had an injury, Ake had an injury. Even if Ake is not the starter at Juve, but it's already too much. And last year also it was a problem where Juventus, they couldn't line up 2 times in a row the same formation because you believe that this is a good formation, then Locatelli is injured. Locatelli 3 months later is coming back, McKennie, and then it's this, and this is a problem. This is really annoying. This is not normal. So on that one I totally agree. And I'm frustrated, I'm pissed off. But again, and and it's not an excuse, it's a reality. Then people like it or not, guys, it's on the 5 injuries that we had, 3 are shit bad luck, 2 are the problem of the players in Juventus. It's too much because it's 40% on 5 players. It's guys, it's not about sack the medical staff. We already did the medical staff. We did it. We changed completely. We can't just change every single year. But I agree. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't know what you have to do. But Pogba is not because of medical injuries or physical test or whatever. It's fucking bad luck, Pogba, because it was something he never had before. He comes knock or torn, we don't know, we will never know, only the people that were present knows. Bad luck. Shoulder of McKennie, bad luck. It's a shoulder. Ake, the bones, it's bad luck. 3 bad luck. Szczesny, muscular, and this is not normal. De Sciglio was muscular. Of course, De Sciglio is weaker as the other one, so maybe you can say, but it's because it's De Sciglio, it's because it's again a player that already suffered so much. But anyway, it's too much, because we are speaking about 40% of muscular preseason injuries. And that's too much. And that's too much. Especially if on top of that, you don't have a complete team yet. It's a lot, huh? Not complete team, plus bad luck, plus own injuries because of whatever situation. Because I'm not a doctor, I don't know. It makes me angry as much as Rick, but I don't know the solution because I'm not a doctor. I am not. Then traveling to USA is great, is nice. But of course, you don't have the same preparation. It's a choice that you make. But on the other hand, Pogba, he broke himself in USA, Ake and McKennie as well, and they were not muscular. So we can't even say it's because we travel too much, because there's nothing to do with that. I don't know, guys. But I'm pissed off. Of course I am. Mikey, thank you, grazie Riccardo. But you're right to be pissed off. Hey, attenzione, before Mikey, first we have Abai that I didn't see. Thank you, Abai. Hopefully Abai is still there, huh? Because he just renewed for a 10th month. Let's ask Bremer to come back and say thank you to Abai. Thank you, Abai. Abai is saying, Beppe, I'm worried about Allegri's ability to develop young talents. I can't remember examples beside Dybala of Allegri really growing players. Am I blind? It's something that is coming back a lot of times. Allegri, and that's true, is a coach that is not a talent developer. It's not one that is taking you a young player or 3-4 young players and are developing all the abilities. This is not Allegri, okay? We can turn it around how we want. It's not. Then, did he do it or not? Yes, he did. A Pogba that is starting with Conte, don't forget, he's starting with Conte. Allegri is making Pogba an even better player. The relationship with Pogba and Allegri is fantastic also for that. And it's Pogba that we are speaking. Allegri, Dybala, because Dybala peak was with Allegri, not with Sarri. Sarri, it was the last 4 months of the Serie A, and he did really great, but Allegri did a lot for Dybala. Allegri also gave his word to Juventus that he wanted to believe in Dybala in 21-22, so last season. The beautiful words spent in press conference and so on from Allegri for Dybala. Then he didn't meet the expectations, he didn't meet them. But we have Dybala, we have Pogba. Allegri believed also in a Coman, but Coman had other ideas. That's something else. So we are not sure how it could have been developed, but he was believing in Coman and was starting also to play him as a starter. You have some examples there. But not as much as we want to. Not as much because Allegri probably is a coach that said, or you show me or you don't play, or I will not believe in you, and I will not invest time because there is no time in football. I don't want to develop. I don't know what is in his mind. But on the other hand, Miretti, it's if Miretti succeeds, it's an Allegri product. So he's showing you, and it's a bit contradictory, because he's showing you that he doesn't care about the age. I believe personally, that Allegri doesn't care if you are 14 or if you are 28. He doesn't care. It has to be shown that mentally you are ready, and physically you are ready, and skills you are ready. Because a Moiskin was managed perfectly by Allegri, not the one of 21-22 where he fucked up. But Allegri is giving Moiskin the chance when he's 16, when he's 17, when he's 18. He's giving him a big chance. So Moiskin is the one that played really great at Paris Saint-Germain. Is a product of Allegri. But you can't name 20 or 30. De Sciglio is a product of Allegri as well. Rocco is there, and Rocco is saying, Beppe, ciao from Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, I was there when I was 14. Amazing view. I regret that at the time we didn't enter the Niagara Falls. Rocco, as you saw, I'm back. So now I can continue working on our video because I started already. Before my holiday, I will continue to work on it, and I can't wait to show it because it will be a beautiful one. But I regret I didn't enter the Niagara Falls, and I hope I can do it in the future. Guys. Del Piero is saying, Beppe, what are the chances that Mr. X might be savage or not? If not, what do you think it is? Well, I don't believe in him. I didn't hear about the Mr. X, but I started a live saying, attenzione, because the two names in the midfield are Paredes and Fratesi, but I would never exclude at 100% a Milinkovic-Savic until we arrive at the 31st of August. Then it's over. You never know. Muhammad, thank you for the donation, Muhammad. And he's saying, Muhammad, Beppe, one thing I don't get with you. You said to turn the page, but you wanted Pogba to come back. Hey, it's a good question. Well, I always said for Pogba you have to split, and thank you for the donation, Mohammed. You have to split two things for Pogba: the heart and the brain. Heart and brain. And I always said, with my heart, I love Pogba too much because I saw him arriving as a kid. And he was a kid that developed. I was super proud because I was talking with my French colleague at the time. I was traveling a lot. And I went a lot in France. And I had French colleagues. And I was speaking really highly about that young Pogba kid before him booming. And they didn't even know him. So I was always really attached to him. And I always said, with my heart, I will take him. With my brain, I would pay attention. The salary is really important. On the salary, he convinced me because of instead of going for 15 million, he went for 8 plus 2, 9 plus 1. I don't know exactly, but 10 million in total, which is a big act of love towards Juve. So then I said, pay attention to the injuries because the injuries are worrying. That one that he had has nothing to do with his record of injury. You couldn't predict this one. It's bad luck. It's like I said last time. It's like you buy I don't know how can I say, you buy a Paredes and he's coming to Juve. He has a car accident. Hopefully it will not happen. Is it because he was injury prone or on transfer market, or it's bad luck? It's bad luck. It happens. It's shit. It happens. So that's one thing. On the other hand, turning the page, if you see a Paul Pogba, what he is able to give to France, what he's able to give at the time at Juve, you know that it was also a big part mental problems at Manchester United. When you saw also the hype he was giving to the environment of Juve, I'm not sad today that we took him back. Then if we are speaking about Pjanić and Pogba, it's two total different profiles. One is 29, the other one is already over 30. It's a big difference than Pjanić. And then Morata, he already had 2 chances at Juve. At a certain moment, it's over. Pogba, it's different. It's different. Uncle Sharma is in the place. He's saying, Beppe, Kostić was linked to Inter for like 3 years, so I guess you can count this as another Inter Beffata moment. Well, Raul, no, this one no, because already he is linked to Juve since so many years, since so many weeks that it looks like years. So no, this time no. There will be a lot of opportunity to mock Inter. There were already with Bremer. There will be even more when the games will start. So with this one, I will spare you. But if you're tired and ready to end the live, it's all good. Mikey, wait. Pepe, you forgot about my comment. It's true, I forgot. I forgot. Wait, let me try to check back about the comment of about our friend. Wait. So where is the comment? Here. I pinned it. I even pinned it. Ciao, Beppe. I'm curious if we have another season like last year under Allegri. What would you... Is that the comment, Mikey? Yeah, probably yes. Huh? What would you do with him? And if your answer is fire him, who would you... I think I already started. I started kind of answering that one. Look, what I would do, it's for sure giving all the opportunities for Allegri to do well. I am, you know it, huh? When we start a project, I'm not like after a friendly that we lose. Otherwise, guys, Inter should cry, Milan should cry. No, this time they are not crying Milan. They are playing versus Catania, Pergerottese, and so on. So they are not crying. But the other ones, a lot of team, Fiorentina. Today, Sassuolo, they lost versus Serie B team in Coppa Italia for a game that was important for them. Huh? So, we try, we see, we back the coach. If we have the same season, guys, it's again a flop. Why did that happen? And then trying to take the best solution. I would probably today on the 9th of August, I will tell you, after a season like that, probably it's not working. So we have to stop, probably. Then, if we have to go for another coach, you have to take also the financial part into consideration. Because if Allegri leaves at the end of next season, and he says, I leave, we terminate the contract, you are not paying him anymore. And you can permit yourself to go for a coach that is more expensive. If he says no, because why should he say he still has 2 more years next year of contract, 2 years. You still have to pay him 8 or 9. We don't know really 100% how much he's earning, but 8 or 9 million euro for 2 years for a coach. And that's a big money. So you can't go then for Jurgen Klopp, Simeone, Guardiola that are earning even more money as Allegri. You can't, because it's impossible. You can't have financially in your books 2 coaches of 10 million, 10, 12. Like we couldn't go for Donnarumma and Szczesny that were over 7 million euro net for goalkeepers. It's impossible. So, it's not that simple. Who do you take? Then, if we are speaking about like this, about feeling, I believe that if we are doing the same season again, then you need a type of coach like Antonio Conte, like Simeone, like Mourinho, like Mark Wilmots. I'm exaggerating now. I don't like Mourinho. I will never. He's playing his role of an Inter fan, of a Roma fan. So if he comes to Juve, he will probably play his role as a Juve fan. But I personally don't want Mourinho at Juventus. But you understand that we need these kind of motivational coaches after difficulties in terms of years. Some coach that are this kind of coach. Then, if we are going towards an assessment of a team that is growing and so on, and at the end Allegri wants to leave, of course, then I'm also curious and I will follow really closely the growth of an Italiano with 2 games a week as well. I'm really curious about that because last year he was playing 1 time a week. Let's see. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. Grazie. Let's see if we have, before closing, if we have a bit of people that were really kind or not with the channel hitting the subscription button. I don't know if people were kind or not today. Boo. Not yet. Sorry. No. People are not subscribing, guys. We are stagnating. Mamma mia, disaster. This is not great, Sorry. So, did I forget someone? I don't think so. We spoke about a lot of things. Late. It's already 1 hour 30. We set a short live. It's over now. Time to go to bed. It's 2:30. Guys, tomorrow, with a bit more enthusiasm, because tomorrow could be the day of Kostić. Like young Mango is saying, today could be the day of Kostić. But the shirt of Kostić, well, he doesn't have a lot of opportunities. He can go for the 20 has been taken to Miretti by Miretti, so he can go for 26. He can go for 4. Wait, he can go for 4, 8, 4, 8, 26. That's it. But the likes, not even the likes were great today. Mamma mia, today it's a total disaster. 190 likes. No. 11 is Quadrado. 25 could be Rabiot leaving. 30 is Sule, guys. 30 is Sule. I can take 25. Well, the number 8, why not? Or, you know what, give the 8 to Miretti. By the way, I don't know if Fagioli will keep the 44. I don't know if he will keep the 44. Let's see. Guys, we spoke about a lot of things. Look at that. Here, we have a 3-5-2, 3-4-3. We can play different things.
La Juve.
La Juve, always. Guys, let me go to sleep. We speak tomorrow with a lot of enthusiasm. I tell you, 3 p.m. Italian time, we go with a Claudio Zuliani. In Italian, would be a nice one. Buonanotte Stavros, Marvin, FD, the A to Paredes as well. Possible, guys. 33, no, stop with 33. Buonanotte Ben, Cosentino, Depay. Depay could be a great option. Ciao Andrea Cassano, Mike Mazzarese, Punsara, Ben Consentino, Young Manga, Styler Z, Eric Munoz. Dear God, no, I'm not at that level, guys. Just call me Beppe. God is a bit exaggerated. Ciao Dan Barile, Kylian. Ciao Muhammad Juventus. Merci. Bonne nuit, mon ami. Bonne nuit, mon frère. Massimo Lesti, Marvin, Andy Golding. Buonanotte. Buonanotte a tutti. Ciao. And don't forget, Fantasy Serie A. We are already over 200 people. More we are, more I can negotiate a beautiful price. Ciao guys, buonanotte. Ciao Cristo. Ciao Jose. Ciao Acid.